She was paid to look after the most vulnerable people in society. Her behaviors and actions have shocked everyone. If you know anyone that works in the care sector anywhere in the Western world, kindly ensure that they see this video because there are valuable lessons that can be learned from this story. This lady, she's been sent to jail. Her 3 children, they may have to be placed in foster care if there's no one in the family who can care for them. Sit back, let's dive into the story of this lady. The lady came to the United Kingdom and she has always wanted to have a better life for herself and her 3 children. She thought she was on the road to living that better life when she got a job in a care sector. And part of her job, she was responsible for looking after some of the most vulnerable people in society. Most of these people that she was looking after, they are patients who have been detained under the Mental Health Act. She and her colleague were responsible for meeting their emotional needs, managing their finances, and always acting in their best interest. One decision that she made one day, one decision ended up ruining her life, and that is why she is going to jail. Part of her job includes being in a position of trust, and there is no alternative. Now, some of the patients that this lady was looking after, some of them started complaining. My money that I collect, the benefit money, it was missing. People thought these people, they have mental health problem. That is why they are raising all this alarm. They dismiss the alarm completely. No, the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. When the patients who are almost fit to be discharged, the ones that are almost well, when those ones started raising alarm, he will say, it looks like this thing is not a joke. We need to pay attention to what these guys are saying. That is when the authority knew there was a problem on their arm. What did they do? They started looking for a way to gather evidence. They started looking at CCTV. You'll be shocked when you find that. Meanwhile, at the same time, a lot of the workers that were working in that place, they themselves, they were shocked. Because when you work in a place, people are raising alarm that things are going missing. You don't know who to trust. They are blaming everybody. You don't know who to blame. Most people that work with this lady, they said they were shocked when they found out that she is the one who is going to jail for what she did. You remember that old African saying, a monkey said, I only trust the child in my womb. I do not trust the one in my back because I do not know what they are doing when they are behind my back. Don't trust anyone. So this lady at the same time, she said she was going through a lot of stress, relationship breakdown, and the patient raised alarm, which was dismissed, and that was when this lady, Abiola Akinrumi, whose face, this is her real picture by the way. She is 41 years old. She is from Tilbury in Essex. She is a mother of 3 children, and by job title, she is an administrator in the care sector. Mental health patient were most of the patients that she was working with. Now, as you know, where she was working in Best Hall House in Abbeywood, Southeast London, it's a 24 hours facility, by the way. And she had direct access to the finances of the patient that she was working with in the residence. Now, the authorities decided to act when they realized that a lot of the people that were raising alarms, some of them, they are normal. Some of them are doctors who had mental health breakdown. They are well now, they are ready to be discharged. When people that they trust started raising alarm, that was when they decided to install CCTV. What they found out, they were shocked when they discovered at the same time, Abiola claimed that she had relationship breakdown, she was caring for 3 children, she had no child care, she was suffering from depression and vulnerable. And the devil approached her and said, Biola, why not you start getting money from these people you are looking after? After all, nobody's going to see you. She went there. Withdrawal. The first withdrawal happened in 2008. She said that was an act of opportunity. Just because she was vulnerable, she took the money the first time. There was no immediate alarm raised. When she realized that there was no immediate alarm raised, then the withdrawal continued. Meanwhile, the devil told her again, Abiola, this is an opportunity for you to get Louis Vuitton, Brazilian hair. Why don't you take advantage of it? Abiola went for round 2. She went for the round 2. After going for more withdrawal, she started taking the money regularly. As she was taking it, the devil visited Abiola again. Said, Abiola, why not go and think about buying a house or land in Lekki in Nigeria? This is free money. Oh. Think about it. Abiola, she thought about it. She said, let me just do this one. At least if I do this one more time, maybe I'll stop. Abiola took a total of, she said, 19,650 pounds was taken. However, the total money that was missing is 43,000. She said, that's the one I took. Oh, it's not my fault. Depression, mental health. Devil said I should take childcare. That is why I took it. Meanwhile, after the investigation, Biola was sacked by her employer. When she was sacked, Biola, the employer passed the case to CPS. They passed it to the police, and the police passed it to CPS. You know, in the UK, it can take time before the CPS tell you to go to court. So Biola thought, they have forgotten. Let me move on. She applied for another job, and she did not even tell her new employer that she was sacked by her previous employer. She used another reference, completely different reference she used, and she was given the job and she was working. One day, Abiola got a letter in the post saying, Abiola, His Majesty's government, the king, you have to go to the Majesty's court to eat the breakfast that you've served for yourself. Because as Burna Boy said, last, everybody will eat breakfast someday. Abiola went to court. She initially denied that she was innocent. And she blamed her colleague that they were trying to frame her up. However, when the prosecutor, Robert Lavac, she appeared before at the Old Bailey. Old Bailey, that's where they take murderers, terrorists. That's where they take them to. For the case to go to the Old Bailey, it shows it's serious. Now, the judge described her action as she exploited the most vulnerable people who trust her to act in their best interest, only for her to abuse the trust. Initially, she said she maintained innocent. Maybe she was probably advised. Maybe the pastor or Babalawo advised her, say, if you just go to church, maintain innocent. Look at the judge's eye, smile. The judge or whatever, it will work. They will drop the case. When she realized that this is going serious, whatever they did for her, it did not work. Abiola raised her hand and said, I am guilty, my Lord, but I only took 19,650. That is what I took. And the judge said, for what you have done, you have harmed the most vulnerable people in society. People that needed you. You have shattered their trust. People that have no family. They look up to you to act in their best interest. You were in a position of privilege and you have undermined public trust and confidence in the work. That people will now think everybody especially people from migrant community. That is what we all do because you did it. Not knowing that it's one apple that can tarnish the apples. Now, what is the implication of this case? Migrant care workers will now be at greater scrutiny. When you apply for the job, your name is Balogun or Kola. People see you say, or Chidima, or Frank. If you're a black person, they say, They say all of them, they are the same. They do like that. After all, one of them did the same thing. This required stronger oversight is needed. Every day, mistakes are judged more harshly because of actions like that. Abuse of trust leads to prison, career destruction, long-term consequence because trust has been abused. Abiola blamed the devil. She blamed mental health, struggling with child care, and she said she was vulnerable. Do you think that the devil is responsible for Abiola's actions? Or do you think that the lust to have nice Louis Vuitton, Brazilian hair, and maybe a house in Lekki, that was what motivated her? Let me know what your views are in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you have seen any value. I'll see you soon. God bless.